joined by Dr. Joseph Chalil, who has been in the United States of America for over 25 years. He's a medical practitioner, medical advisor to certain governments as well, and now is based out of Florida. How excited are you? This election season has been very different, Dr. Chalil, than any other election that you see for the history of US politics, particularly recently.
No, I would agree 100% that past 25 years, this is the first time we see that complete switch down in the way things are happening. The older Democratic Party became the new party, and the older Republican rights in the new Democratic Party with all these changing demographics, changing order. People when they were Americans used to be also being democratically maybe debating like this was rise 90%. Our pros more. Now we see how more solution for these Americans coming in reporting the Republicans. You see now the 70 or 90% of the Americans who are all supporting the Democratic Party before. But that's not to get that we see. The fight is supporting Trump. And even Hispanic grenade for other ways to be other water-based of the Democratic Party now are supporting Trump. Trump has changed the way. Yeah, that's what the party has become, and there's several Democratic Party that you have joined. But we think all the party now, so get to the who also might have changed the way. Another interesting change when I saw that as Republican Party pretty much the thing with old system now it used to be short. They want to be compassionate, so they want to bring with our civilian that's how soon because government want to support base before these parties were big partiers.
Right.
Police and the West on the labor these taken the people in us those got in the doctors. To me is that was March farm side. Now that you welcome the next work when it was supported. So we were when Trump came in, so he wanted, to stop all the illegal immigration. He wanted to rid of Egypt, but I was sorry to leave. So that changed the immigration kind of was without the Democratic Party system. It's very good to be in and take most of under America in the jazz.
Hi. So okay, you can give the helicopter. This is yet again we're looking at the Secret Service, the police services, the sheriff's office here. All of them now doing the rounds of the convention center, which is very close by, which is where after the watch party, watching the election results, that is going to happen. And the Trumps, the entire coterie, the senior Republicans, senior supporters of the Republican Party, all of them are going to be there. It's a massive asset of each other.
It's very unusual. Usually the watch parties maybe 4,000 or maybe 400 to 500, maybe 1,000 people vaccinated. Usually it would count, hold it in a small halls.
Yeah, last time I remember it was at his. I don't know, the part before that was in New York, and it's a hotel, a smaller affair, not that many people, we just few of us.
And now this is moved to a large convention center with a huge capacity, over 1,000 or 10,000 people.
And it's full, it's packed, is it not?
It is packed up, sold out, I think it's the second time you could buy it from it. And this is unheard of. So people are flying in from all over the country. I know the Musk is flying in now, and the Vice President Abbott coming in. They given watching that work and the 9 so was when the results are more secure it would come in there after the election century. So this is
so there's a paraphrase happening or a watch party happening at Mar-a-Lago with Trump and his coterie, and then there's this massive thing happening at the convention center. There are a few hotels, the bar where the terrace bars of bed. The convention center here at the Hilton, all of them completely packed, booked, and you see people flying in over and over again from various parts of the country, just landing in Florida to be a part of what they are thinking is going to be a celebration. And I'm asking you, is that going to be a celebration for the Republic?
That's what everyone's hoping for. I mean, Florida used to be a background state, but it's here to get that right state. So on this recovery was a pepper pride and much. But it's that outcome thing. It's just election, regional by each county, the sheriff, they're all Democrats. They're not Republicans. So this is changing. So that a lot of Florida state with Florida used to change.
It's considered safe rent now.
It is considered a state. And it was never seen that before. The current governor won even the Miami-Dade County, which never used for Republicans, the majority Latino voters. Now they're voting for Republicans as well. So it's a very unusual population protest together. The Latinos, the blacks, the Indians, the Asians, all and regular Americans.
Right. Coming back to the Indians, you made a very important point. You saying that all of them were Democrats, leaning are now, or blue registered are now red leaning and are voting for. The ratio used to be 80 earlier. In the last election, I see the slight increase of Indian Americans voting Trump, and it's not 60-40. Are they looking at a 50-50
Even if it's a 50-50, that's okay. Because before, the problem was not just that Indians were antagonistic of the Democratic Party, but they usually never go out and they were not activated. They put out, best support. They go and stand with either or of course, few people did. But that's changing now. We seem to have, it's sort of a, without little bit of a neutral 2 years. Our one candidate, that's when it's out. There are wonderful reasons behind it. But they seem to have very captivated in every one of my streets.
It's not a love for Trump, but hatred for Kamala.
I would assume that because, there's some love for Trump because, again, the How Humor event, which started that trend, that there is the summit that Trump and Modi are friends. And so that started, and then when Kamala Harris ignored India as a vice president, she
Never traveled.
She never traveled.
So do you think it's not love for Trump, but hatred for Kamala is the reason why they're looking at Trump this time around?
I would agree. So I think it is more than just lack of or lack of love for Trump. It is more of a hatred. It's an anti-Kamala Harris vote. That's what we see here. Because if she had acknowledged herself, her heritage, and accepted it, that would have been great. But she never did. As the vice president, never made an official trip to Tamil Nadu.
She didn't travel to India at all.
She went to other places. She went to Jamaica. She went everywhere else, but skipped India. That I think maybe in hindsight, could be seen as a mistake.
An unwise decision.
Yes, I agree.
Okay.
Good.
Just
It's the hype.
don't worry, they'll add visuals to it.
Three of the boys, the lights, and I stayed to work.
And in terms of numbers, the counting will begin. When do you think there'll be clarity as to which way America has decided to go?
Again, the elections start closing by around 9 p.m. here, but some of the states, they're going to stay open for 2 more hours, like in Pennsylvania, because of some legal challenges, because they printed some barcodes wrong. So that could delay the counting until, like, let's say, 10 p.m. Later over there. So the counting will start after 10 p.m. at majority. So you will get some early indications before that. But you can see some battleground states, how they are, trending towards. So you can see how are the certain populations, whether it is the Jewish Americans, the Arab Americans. That's another interesting thing which we've seen this year is that, usually Arab Americans always supported, Democrats. The Muslim Americans.
The war has really
changed. The war changed everything. Now, even the Muslim Americans are supporting Trump. So,
not because they like the idea of Trump, because they know that if Trump comes to power, he is completely going to support Israel. But this is sort of a punishment
and
for the Democratic government for not having done what they had espoused to do all along, and talking about humanitarian cause and human rights, and not having followed through.
And Trump, on the other hand, is in saying that purposefully that he will enforce peace. So he will demand that the peace be, or the ceasefire has to happen in the Middle East. Ceasefire has. He said that even before he get taken into office, next year, even after he's elected,
He'll ensure peace.
He will ensure peace. He will ensure ceasefire in the Russia and Ukraine. So that people are tired of war. No matter what you say. Again, these are proxy wars. American men and women are not fighting in these wars, but it's America's war. Biden could have prevented it.
The money is America's, and inflation, the cost of living increasing here has been a major issue. I've been speaking to a lot of people, Dr. Chalil, and it seems like that certainly has become a resonating factor for voters, thinking that maybe Trump will fix the economy.
For the major issues which is now controlling American voters it is economy, because their gas price has gone up for the petrol. Their milk price has gone up, their egg price has gone up. The interest rates on their homes have gone up, and the home values have doubled and tripled. So the American dream of owning a home is farther away, and the jobs are not there. We're talking about job reports coming in, making 12,000 new jobs. That doesn't even replace the jobs we lost. So Americans are struggling to find work, while we see stories that illegal aliens or illegal immigrants are given, $1,500 to $6,000 per family, vouchers to stay in 5-star hotels in New York City. And that makes everything more unaffordable for Americans. So these are things the current administration could have changed without any legislation. They could have just stopped it, but they did not. So now they are, if the results come that way, I think that's the price they're going to pay.
What's your hunch? Final question. What's your hunch? Who do you think is going to win this election? It's a very close call. It's a tight race, but who has the edge?
It's a very tight race, but I believe that the Congress and the Senate will definitely go Republican no matter who becomes the president. And I am, optimistic that this time Trump will succeed, because I've seen in the past, even when 8 years ago, when Hillary Clinton was 6 or 7 points ahead in polls, Trump still won. So
here the margins are
neck and neck. That could mean it could be a Trump victory. Again, what happens in the electoral college is what matters. And in addition to that, he could even win the popular vote, because we see New Yorkers now voting for Trump, New Jersey people voting for Trump. These are things never happened in the history. So he could change the way the American voterage really, really do things.
So we have been reporting on how this election is an election that could make history. If Trump comes, it would be history, because it would be the first time in over 100 years that a president will come to power serving a non-consecutive term. If Kamala Harris wins, it would again be history, because then it would be the first woman president, first woman president of African and Indian descent. So a lot of firsts. Let's hope to see a clear victory rather than contestations and violence. So thank you on that note, Dr. Chalil, for speaking with the India Today Network. Thank you.
Thank you for having me here.
Geeta Mohan reporting for India Today Global from Florida.